So today what I want to talk to you guys about is what I call the six-figure real estate shortcut, success shortcut. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I find so many realtors out there are doing it the hard way. And I want to be the one to tell you, you don't have to be doing it the hard way. I live in Austin, Texas. Okay, I'm a Texan. I've been in Texas since 1988 in Austin. And but I just spent the last 5 weeks in Florida, and so I'm going to share with you guys how I work, from anywhere in the world as well. So how to automate your real estate business so that you can earn 6 or 7 figures. Now, this next slide is a lot of information about me. Now, we're going to share the slide deck with you. Okay, so I'm not going to read all this. Rena already did a great job presenting that, but what I do want a couple of highlights. And Rena went over a lot of this as well. So, I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 12. I've launched multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses, made my first $1 million when I was 29 years old, sold more than 1,000 houses during my first 10 years in real estate. And I teach successful business owners how to quadruple their earnings, their income, while working just 3 hours a day. And I want to say this, that, when I got into real estate, this was in 2003. I became a broker in 2008. And when I got in the game, I studied the game and I went straight after listings from the beginning. I hope you guys are taking notes. I went after listings from the very beginning. But I got to tell you guys, I was afraid to get in the game. I was afraid to get in the game because I came from the music industry where I was very successful in that business, but I didn't know a thing about real estate. I didn't know if I would flop, fail. I didn't know what was going to be the outcome, but I did what, I was told, and I thrived in the listing space. So listings, really, if you want to really succeed, that is the name of the game. So what we're going to learn today, I'm going to teach you how to solve the only 2 problems. Let me say it again, the only 2 problems that you will ever have in real estate. This is good to know, guys, because you will only ever have 2 problems in this business. How to easily earn 6 or 7 figures a year, and how to leverage your business so that you can work that 3-hour day. Now, did you know that according to a Gallup poll, this was 150,000 Americans, the greatest country in the world, American citizens were polled, and 70% of them said that they either hate or dislike their jobs. 70%. So this is the question that I want you to ask yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you desire? So many of us that got into real estate, we got into the business because we were displaced. Maybe we were doing something that we lost a job, or there wasn't enough opportunity. We saw the ceiling where we were, and we decided, I'm going to get into real estate. For most people, real estate was not their first career. All right. We all did something before we got into this game. And we got in this game because we wanted to have freedom. We wanted to have freedom. And that's what this business can provide, but you've got to do it right. We all did something else before real estate. And so we have to realize that when we got into this game, a lot of times we were thrust. Now we're not a victim. We chose to be here, but we were thrust in the game. And I see a lot of my students are kind of they still act like reluctant, like they got into real estate, but they're not 100% committed to success. And I want you to be 100% committed to success. Now, this picture you see here, this was when I was 30 years old. All right, I know I haven't changed much. Uncle Knolly still the same, right? But I'm 52 years old today. I was 30 years old. I was on top of the world. The year before this picture was taken, and this was an article that was done about my record label. I had the world's #1 Christian rap label. We had 18 artists, 14 employees. We were making $150,000 a month. When I was 29 years old, I made $2 million that year. Made my first million by the age of 29. And but here's the thing I want you guys to understand. I was working 16 to 18 hours a day. I was working 15-hour days, 14-hour days, And all of that. Thank you for the happy birthday. Some of y'all know my birthday was last week. I just turned 52. I love you guys. Thanks for remembering that. I see several happy birthdays. Love you guys. Thank you. But you know, the thing is, I was making the money, guys. Okay, I was making the money, but I didn't have the happiness with it. And earlier I asked you guys a question. What do you want? Okay, I want you to write that down because most people don't know what they want. I remember one time I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and he was telling me all about how he hated his job. He didn't like his circumstance. I mean, he spent about 20 minutes telling me everything in life that was wrong. So you know what I asked him? I said, what do you want? And you know what he did? He looked at me, he was stumped. He didn't know what to say. I said, man, what do you want? He just didn't know. And but he could spend 20 to 30 minutes whining about what he did. He knew what he didn't want, but he didn't know what he did want. Okay. And when I was in my 20s, all I wanted was money. Okay. I wanted to make $1 million. Now, you know, I was a man of God, so I wanted to please the Lord as well. But I've been wired for wealth, guys. Okay. If you've been wired for wealth, you're an entrepreneur. I want you to not be ashamed of it. You don't have to be ashamed of the fact that you enjoy making money. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Money is a good thing in the hand, but a terrible thing in the heart, as C.S. Lewis said. Okay. So we have money, but money doesn't have us. We don't let money own us. But there's nothing wrong with having money. But when I was 29, that's all I wanted. I want $1 million. And I had my million by the time I was 29, okay? But I was working all the time. And there's a scripture in Proverbs 10:22, it goes like this. It says, the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. And the New Living Translation says, the blessing of the Lord makes a person rich and he adds no sorrow with it. I see a lot of my fellow real estate agent comrades, you know, building that wealth, building building their income, but they're not seeing their kids. They're not spending time with family. Their life is out of balance. And that's not what true wealth is all about. Hey there, Knolly Williams here, the business healer. Thanks so much for watching. Now, I want to invite you out to a free training that I'm doing. It's live. It's going to be a great training that you're going to absolutely love. I call it the 6-Figure Shortcut. Now, you may or may not know that over the last 30 plus years, I've launched multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses. In fact, right now today, I run 3 6-figure businesses and I work only 3 hours a day. People have asked me, Knolly, how do you do it? Can we figure out your success system? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you in my free training that I call the 6-Figure Shortcut. The 6-Figure Shortcut. Now, all you have to do to reserve your seat is go to knolly.live, knolly.live, and we'll get you your seat reserved. Now, I look forward to you being a part of this upcoming free training, and I'll see you there.